Hello, Ivan. Thank you for being with us. I'm from Astro SuperSport. We're all the way from Malaysia, traveling, just to speak to you. I'm Ellie, and how are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm all good, but you didn't want to call me instead, then we could have saved you the trip,
Yeah, I think it's about time that you mentioned off record. Like maybe, it's about time you make yourself all the way to
Yeah, I
Malaysia.
think I will next time you want
The
me
fans
to.
would be, enthralled to have you.
Yeah.
Before we start, I just want to ask, like, from the grass to the red carpet, remember that 5 hours after you're done with your Chelsea game,
Yeah.
and you shocked the audience, like presenting a Producer of the Year award, a Brit award. Like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it was crazy when it got mentioned to me. I was up for it, but then when I was at the back rehearsing, it was kind of like, wait a second, what's going on here? What am I doing? But yeah, it was a good experience. It was actually a good experience.
How did the opportunity actually come about?
I think the guy that owns the Brits or was involved at the Brits was wanted some footballers involved, and I think my name was mentioned at the top of the list. So he got in contact with my agent, and it will happen from there. So yeah, like I said, it was an experience. It was a great experience, and I actually would do something like that again because it was enjoyable.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, I would. It was enjoyable, nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I think that's the only time I've ever got nervous. Because
Yeah.
I just think I'll probably forget how to walk all of a sudden or something like that. But it was good. It was good.
That's really nice to know. You've been on a good dual momentum with Neil Maupay, like since your return to the Premier League, scoring a couple of goals between you two. What is so special or different about this partnership that you have with Neil? Maybe, I don't know, something that you've never had in any other striking partnerships you've had in the past?
I think with Neil, we both, as strikers, we both know where the ball should be and what runs strikers should make. And obviously, how Neil is on the pitch. We both put ourselves about and want to fight for the team and want to win however it must be. But yeah, the partnership we have is building, and it's good to be a part of.
I've seen some of your previous interview. You actually mentioned these words, like you two know how to rattle people or like get in people's head. Do you want to walk us through that thought process, actually?
Yeah, I think most fans hated me, but now Neil's on the team. I think they hate him more than me, so it's good.
You enjoy that?
yeah, it took it off me. But now I think obviously sometimes, like I said, we just want to win anyhow, and sometimes you have to rattle defenders, and he manages to do that, and I just look after him, just make sure he don't get in too much trouble.
Is there any secret pre-match ritual that you have with him in particular? I don't know, during training, dressing room, some kind of secret thought you want to share with the fans?
Nah, nothing we can share, but we might talk about a few things before they get.
Okay, confidential. Get it. Let's talk about your penalty situations, like 29 penalty goals so far, if I'm not mistaken. Only 2 missed in your career. Definitely impressive. What are the most important techniques you work on specifically in ensuring you can become a really good penalty taker in that situation? Just
being confident as you get the penalty. Just think it's going to be in the back of the net. If you think the keeper might save this, then 9 times out of 10 he probably will save it. So yeah, when I just step up to a penalty, I just think I'll be confident and think if I stick to my technique, then I've got a chance of scoring. And like you said, most of the time it's worked, other than 2 occasions.
Can tell, but the numbers don't lie. You mentioned technique. Is there any favorite technique that you like when it comes to, I don't know, explosive runs that you take when it comes to approaching that penalty? It's just a bit different. My
favorite technique is to pull in the back of the net and run off and celebrate.
Oh.
That's my favorite one.
That's the post-goal celebration is what you're looking forward to. But then when it comes to us having this conversation about penalty in footballing scene, usually we would talk about goalkeepers and how they would try to play that mind game. But from a striker's point of view, how do you counter that mind game?
I mean, you just, like, personally, I don't mind if I'm getting involved in it, but I try and just, like, if you see my penalty, I just pick the ball up, walk away, wait for the referee to call me over and pull it on the spot, then go from there. Then it gives the keeper no time to try and talk to you, or the players to try and talk to you, and then you just concentrate and do what you do.
So you choose not to get engaged with that? Just
sometimes you just walk away, but they come over, then you give a bit back because it's as if to show you that you're confident, and they think, okay, maybe it's not working, me talking to him, getting involved in it. So
I'd love to hear that. About your relationship with Thomas Frank as a manager, like if you can tell us one thing that you admire the most about him when it comes to him managing the relationship with the players and all that.
He's very understanding. I I think in my career previously, like when I'm angry on the pitch, it's a way like he's not on the pitch obviously next to me, but it's kind of like he looks at me and just say like, just calm down, it'll come, things like this. And I mean, once I'm angry, it's hard to settle me down, but somehow he manages to do that. So,
do you appreciate the level of trust that you have between you two now? You know, from manager to player, on match day, training.
100%. Yeah, I trust him. I trust him a lot. Like I said before, he's very genuine. So I don't see why there's no reason not to trust him.
That's nice. It's let's talk about Mbeumo. I think the fans are one of the questions they want me to ask you. It's exciting to wait for Mbeumo to be back in the squad on a match day. I think like probably he's been looking sharp in recent trainings, did he?
Yeah, I've been looking to give him my ankle, so back out fit, playing straight away, and I'll play with his ankle. But yeah, he's nearly up to full fitness, and hopefully be coming back as soon as possible.
Out of all things, if you could point out that one thing that you miss about having him in your lineup on a match day?
Doing my running. He does all my running for me, but now I have to run a lot more. Nah, it's just a goal threat. He runs in behind, and as soon as I get the ball, he knows where to run and these kind of things. But I feel like the partnership I have with all the strikers that I play with, Neil, Wissa, and Brian, of course, I feel like we all know each other's game, and we're all strikers. We all know where the ball should be and what runs we should make. So we all gel very well together, and yeah, it'll be a big bonus to get Brian back. From a teammate's perspective, like, what do you like about his energy the most in dressing room? Yeah, he's funny, but he doesn't mean to be. Like, that's how Brian is. He's very loud, I give him that. But yeah, he's just everyone in the changing room is a good character and puts their 1 pence in whenever they wanna.
Love that. What about Ethan Pinnock though? Like, because he has been the most, I think, ever-present defender at the club, and do you think he's perceived as one of the most underrated players out there? Because I think at one point he did, place himself top of the charts of most clearance in Premier League and all that. Like, what do you feel about having this player as your teammate?
I mean, before I come here, I think we spoke about the hardest defender I played against, and it was Ethan. I said to Ethan, I said to people before I come, Ethan Pinnock, then he happens to be my teammate when I come here. He's just so good in the air. He's got the long legs to reach around you, so if you're trying to pin him, he can just wrap his leg around and just kick the ball away. And yeah, like you said, he had the top stats for the most clearances and things like this. It just shows what kind of solid player and reliable defender he is, and having him out is a big miss. But I think all the teammates will tell you if he's got a knock on something or his knee or head or whatever, he'll still play. But obviously this injury is a lot worse. But from that angle, Ivan, don't you think that like he has prepped you well then, like in physical battle, training, having that kind of player in your team? Yeah, 100%. I mean, if you're playing against Eve, you have to be physical and you have to be ready. And he's strong, he's quick and good in the air, everything a defender needs. And like, yeah, he's very underrated. I don't think people realise how effective and good he is. Okay, I know your birthday is coming up, like on 6th of March, and you've gone through so much long career and stuff. If there's one thing that you want to work on reaching this age, at this point of your footballing career, what would it be? That's a good question. Something I don't want to work on. Just being a lot calmer in certain situations when things aren't going my way. Just be a bit more relaxed. I think I'm short-tempered, so there's a switch button in me straight away. It switches. It's hard to get away from that. So I think just be a lot more calmer than I have been in the past.